Any secret society worth their salt is going to have a good cover story. But is this the cover or the means of escape? Let's talk about it. We've got growing food here. The one who grows their own food cannot be starved into compliance. Whether you have a large garden or a small windowsill, start now. Every seed you plant is a step toward independence and abundance. So I'm kind of torn as to which way this might be going. I feel like we're at a bit of a coin toss here at the beginning, but I also wanted to get a symbol for this secret society. And of course, any good secret society also has a triangle in addition to a cover story. So we've got fire here. This is number 27 or 9. So a number of completion. This might be our means of escape, and it doesn't necessarily have to be growing growing food specifically, but some means of independence to break away from a secret society. So I've got a spread I've put together here. So this is the front, and now I want to find out more about the leader. So let's see. Tell me about the leader of the secret society. And I wanted to change things up a little bit from the thread of the past few readings, but as I've been meditating, it seems like the thread might be carrying through, and I don't know, I didn't want to like influence this reading in that way, but I can't deny that I'm getting that sense of, I don't know, encapsulation around the thread. And it actually kind of seems like all the readings in this lunar cycle might be related, coming up on the full moon in Cancer this weekend. And we've got great fortune here. 26, so an 8. Oh, a countdown. So we went from 9 to 8. Huh. So is this the motive? Let me get another one. Tell me more about the leader. Coffin. Uh-oh. And we're off to the races. A good old-fashioned scandal for our secret society. Because, I mean, I am kind of getting, like, some sort of inheritance, maybe even some sort of plot or something like that, like an unaliving plot. Like trying to take control of the reins of some, whatever this fire secret society is. Huh. Get one of these here. Trying to get a little more insight on this leader who, these are like things, events. The leader hasn't actually shown themselves quite yet. Nope. Free energy. The knowledge of free energy is within reach. This technology has a potential to liberate humanity from the control of the few and provide limitless energy for all. So another means of independence. So there's some sort of breakaway that I feel is happening. And maybe it's trying to be not seen by the leader. Like you're trying to keep it out of the view of the leader. Nope, I'm going for one of these. Because I really want to know more about that leader. Like, anything? Anything about them as a person? Marriage. Whoa. A fake marriage to get, like, an inheritance or something? My left ear just started ringing. To receive an inheritance. Because the left side, that's the feminine side, so receptive energy. So what? So whomever this leader is, and I mean, what came to mind immediately was like some sort of plot to get this inheritance, this great fortune. Could it be in the dissolving of the secret society? That there's great fortune in that, like bringing that to an end? Potentially you need your own means of independence before that can happen. Like you've got to have some sort of way of standing on your own 2 feet in order to challenge the secret society. And I want to get a symbol for... This almost feels like a warning about the leader. Like when to hush up a little bit. You know, like go into a more... Because this seems very, like, covert already. But just like a... Go even further underground, I guess. Or maybe when it's time to bail. Full moon. Okay, yeah. The lunar cycle. Huh. So something important about the full moon in Cancer that's coming up. It's 29, it's an 11. Are things coming to a head at the full moon? Because the very last reading that I did, it was a shorter one with Morgan Le Fay. So, from the King Arthur legends. And there's some extra layers into that. But I was talking about you might need to be the one that liberates yourself from the castle. And you might be leaning on your own shadow qualities, not only to liberate you, but other people that may have been harmed by whoever she, in that reading, was the shapeshifter as well. Even though I think in her legend she is also a shapeshifter. But there's something about that. Get further into it, maybe get a little more detail. So the next position, the motivation. What is the motivation behind all of this? I'm gonna go with another one of these. It's the Kippers. Motivation. Journey. To stop a journey? That's a motivation? Maybe it was to stop this progression of this cycle. And it's a 10. This was an 11. Another countdown. We are counting down. Ooh. And it's New Year's Eve when I'm recording this. So the countdown of the year seems to be a theme there. Tell me more about this motivation. Let's see. And this will be posting on New Year's Day, so I hope you were safe if you went out, and I hope your coffee is strong this morning, also if you went out. Let's see. Motivation. And, I guess I do have a little bit of background in secret societies. There's a Freemason in my family, at least one. And I used to do Irish dance with the Knights of Columbus, another fraternal organization. It wasn't really a secret society, but certainly conspiratorial. I'm supposedly related to Rebecca Nurse from the Salem witch trials. It's the unverified family rumor. And got my Assassin's Creed tattoo there, my favorite video game. We've got supply chain meltdown. Global supply chain collapse is underway, but within chaos lies opportunity. This is a time to reestablish local networks, barter, and trade. Reconnect with your community and focus on self-sufficiency. So more another independence theme. Stopping a journey to independence? I mean, is that what's leading to the collapse of this whatever secret society? Because I kind of wonder from the previous readings, the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Empress in reverse, are they part of a secret society? That doesn't necessarily have to be some sort of huge organization. Like, they could have made a club, you know, for all we know. I don't know, we hate this person's independence club. Whatever, for whatever reason. Maybe that gets in the way of this dastardly plot to secure this sudden wealth or great fortune. Because this marriage, maybe that's not happening due to some form of independence. Maybe someone who was supposed to get married found out about, like, participation in a secret society or, like, something. And it could even be, like, you found it's just some sort of gross comment section in Reddit or something, and, like, you found their secret Reddit account and they're on there harassing women, like making terrible comments that they would never say to somebody, like, in real life. And, like, maybe posing as this, like, family person or whatever, but then, like, speaking in terrible, terrible ways to people. What's that? I want to know a little more about the motivation. So trying to stop a journey to independence. For why though? Oh, getting two. Poverty. Okay, that makes sense. And toil and labor. It's another 10, 37, and 38. Oh, I count up. Toil and labor is leading to poverty. I mean, that's kind of par for the course right now. But then relying on taking someone's independence to get like their money, like just because things are hard right now, that doesn't make it okay. All of us are in this situation. I mean, not all of us, but more than there should be. Let's get another symbol here. A symbol for are we getting closer? Like when we're getting closer to the motivation? Because nobody's really revealed themselves yet. Maybe for whom possesses this motivation. Maybe it'll be like a symbol on their shirt. That's what I was going to say. Boundaries. 26. An angry looking cat. It's kind of giving me those, there was like a tattoo style of shirts that were really popular for a little bit. I cannot remember what they were called. I did buy the perfume though. I remember that. It smelled really good. Like I can see it in my head. It was like a Americana style. But so maybe they'll have some sort of tattoo style cat on their shirt, or I don't know. You'll be invited to a place that has some sort of distinct logo, something like that. Or whomever is involved with this. But for the next position, the shady business. What is the shady business? I want this one. This is the Illuminati Oracle. Perfect for this one. What is the shady business? Because all secret societies have to have some. Because why would it be a secret then? Power outage. That's the shady business? When the grid goes down, it exposes the fragility of the systems we rely on. Whether the loss of power is accidental or calculated, this is a reminder to be prepared. Ooh, and that the Lion King song, this Scar, when he's getting the hyenas all hyped up. But this is giving me like false scarcity. Like creating a perception of something that doesn't exist. Well, like, yes, our power grids are in dire need of modernization. But that, it's kind of like leaning on things that are already happening to get that mob mentality stirred up, like hyping up the hyenas, like getting everybody all twisted up. Let me get another one. Man, and this is reminding me of a really wicked power outage when I lived in Virginia. Was it Virginia or was it West Virginia? It was one of the two. I was really young, but I remember just how dark it got, and all the thunder and the lightning, and man, it was pitch black. Internal breach. Not all in power serve the machine. Hidden among the halls of control are those who will not bow, who stand for truth, freedom, and the people they swore to protect. That's the shady business? Maybe not. Maybe this is the independence that is trying to be stopped. Because they're holding their top secret files there. And that looks like a judge, actually. Those look like robes. I don't know if you can see that. Tell me more of this shady business. Maybe this was seen, like the leaning on perception. Like it's not a full lie, but it's not the truth either. It's confusing. And it's almost giving me sabotage too. Just with that power grid example. Because like something that's known to be fragile that goes down at like regular intervals. Like maybe not exact, you know, but it something happens regularly. And using that window to do something, you know, like a power outage, the electronic safe, the locks don't work when the power's down, something like that. Like this gotta be in a spy movie or something. Or the Matrix. But it's giving that, like, two sides of a coin. So on one side, manipulating perception, like as a cover, and then on the other side, manipulating the opportunity. Imprisonment in reverse. To try and stay out of prison? I mean, if that's a judge, like, yeah. Judge holding top secret files. And it sounds like there may be a whistleblower involved. And wasn't that the Gemini full moon reading? Was the conspiracy theory reading. Bob in accounting. It was like something like that. Like, oh, and the candle just went out. My meaning for that is an obstacle was just removed. Hopefully not Bob. But that's like my divinatory meaning that I've associated to that. Is that when a candle goes out on its own, that means an obstacle has been removed. And this is in the shady business. Guess we're going with those two. Courtship and message of concern. She's like clutching her pearls. And these two are very similarly dressed, like similar hairstyles, similar colors. Like she's more fancy on the right. Trying to connect this to what got removed. Does this have to do with the marriage? Like a courtship that never happened? So this whole plot could never hatch? With the coffin? Not quite understanding this message of concern, though. I'm trying to feel this out. Because if this courtship never happened, the whistleblower, maybe they have top secret files or something that, like, this was the plan. And somebody, maybe in this secret society, somebody involved in this plot, is concerned about this because they're also involved. Again, I'm going back to the similar appearances, though. Hang on. We're coming together. Because the power outage... like using perception... It's like a body double? A fake marriage license? Or a real marriage license with a fake person? I mean, that definitely seems very secret society and whatnot. And, like, the independence is what got in the way on this. That's, like, what put the kibosh on it. Because if the independence exists, the marriage does not exist. But the marriage license does. Ooh, that's bad. Those paper trails, those will get you trying to commit crimes. So who's... Give me the symbol for the... I don't know. I kind of want to say the real Slim Shady. I don't know who that is, like, quite in this scenario. Maybe, like, the independent person, the person who has their independence, is who got body doubled. It's like trying to differentiate between clones. Like, how do you know which clone is which? Like, this is a conundrum that has come up in many, like, superhero things and whatnot. How do we know? What symbol do we know? Or can we use to tell which clone is which? Knowledge. The next two are time and shadow. But knowledge, 34, 7. That's me. I already told you all my secret society connections. I guess my cover's blown. And that's how these, like, conundrums are resolved. It's like, who has the only you can know this knowledge? It's like the Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. But let's see. And the final position, the exposure. This one. Tell me more. What exposes this scheming, plotting business? I want to know. I love secret societies and cults and stuff. Let's see. Tell me more about exposure. Got quiet all of a sudden. Don't want to be exposed. It's not an option in this reading. Let's freshen up a little bit. Exposure. Oh. Staged event. That looks like the Washington Monument with a chessboard. Not every crisis is what it appears to be. Some events are carefully crafted performances designed to shape public perception and steer collective action. It's taking me back to that power outage. Yeah, and this is all like mismatched because we've got the Washington Monument, the chessboard, and this looks like the Parthenon. So it's like two of these things are not like the other. Like none of these things are like the other. Like once you start really looking at it, it's like these don't belong in the same arena, I suppose. Tell me more about this exposure. Okay. The Lovers in reverse. And this is like a statue of lovers. So the courtship never happened. I think that was over here, yeah. The courtship never happened, but the marriage license did. And the unaliving didn't because the independence exists. All these different means of independence. So this doesn't necessarily seem to be like on a grand scale to me. Like a, Illuminati, type of scale, whatnot. It's more like maybe a small group of people, like a handful or less. Like, two families, like members of two families colluding together to come up with like an unaliving plot that, maybe one side knew it was breaking down and one side didn't, or like however that power dynamic structure is. Like, the triangle, the pyramid, maybe it's a little further up the respective pyramid in this scenario. Somebody got caught up. Toil and labor and poverty and whatnot. I don't know, got greedy? That's how this kind of started going off the rails. That one? Okay. High honor. Another 7. Maybe the whistleblower will get high honor. As they should. It's brave. Even if they didn't know, like, all this, could you imagine? Like, They didn't know anything was going on, like this whole secret society nonsense, but they were just trying to do the right thing in like, hey, I keep reporting these, like, the power grid keeps going down. I keep trying to address it, and I keep trying to address, like, the root causes and whatnot, and nobody's taking this seriously. Like, send it to the, I don't know, Department of Energy, like, their audit whatevers. And then something else, like, scandalous comes out, like this. Like, oops, surprise bravery. There are worse things. One more. Mature man. I think this is actually the first indication as to who might be involved. An immature man? That's what I'm kind of getting from that. Because an immature man might get caught up in greed. They couldn't keep their eye on the prize, got ahead of themselves and started acting. And then, as like secret societies and whatnot are wont to do, like these carefully laid plans, they weren't able to go as intended because there were, I don't know, too many cooks in the kitchen. They spoiled the broth, something like that. But what is our symbol that the exposure is either imminent or happening? I want a flip. Nope. Oh, messy. Messy, messy. Time. There's a sun and a moon, so balance. But it could be an hourglass. What music video was it? Animals by Architects. I just saw that the other day, and it was an hourglass, but I thought it was a decanter. It had that real like fancy look to it, and just like dark colored sand. Sands of time. But it's like the time is running out on the illusion, and the illumination is imminent. So, again, countdown reference. Oh, and a double 5 here, too. So maybe exposure is imminent for however these threads are coming together. I might, like, at the end of all of these sequential readings, I'm gonna have to go back and, like, watch them in a row and see, like, if I can make sense of things all together as one. I feel something still lingering, though. Like, is there anything that might be a warning, or that any sort of cause for concern? Okay. Distant horizons, but in reverse. So this is close. Maybe that is the, like, just keep it tight. You know what I mean? Like, things are imminent. This is like the approaching the Rubicon. as the deadline gets closer, the desperation increases, and that's when the the trapped animal is going to bite, you know. That's just when it becomes more risky, I suppose. Just right at the tail end there, kind of how things go. It's when you want to rock the boat the least. When, like, don't let that internal saboteur win. And to kind of soothe our mind, lava shower, really like those. Get in the shower and turn up the heat as much as you can tolerate. I like to all the way sometimes, depending on how well the water is working. And Someone's Daughter by Ginger. So maybe there's something in the lyrics. This isn't exactly a radio play, so I don't think it's going to act as a synchronicity. But there's a lot of good lyrics in that about, having to sew myself up alone, having to swing my sword alone. But there's also other lines like, I've found talents beyond comprehension. I always take the lead in unequal fights eventually. Things like that. So it's there's a lot of sorrow in it, but it is overcoming the challenges that were thrown to you as an individual, potentially outside of your perceived role. So, a lot to think about, a lot of symbols to look for in synchronicities and things like that, and maybe an activity to help ease your mind. But overall, I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and if it doesn't, I hope the next one does. Thank you so much.